right, well, let's go ahead and get started. So thank you all for logging on to our virtual info session on our Master of Science in Human Resources and Organizational Development. My name is Sarah Schubel. I am the Director of Graduate Student Success here at the College of Education and Human Development at the University of Louisville. So I work closely with our HROD students from the point of application. I help out kind of throughout the student life cycle, and then I also do the degree audits for graduation to ensure that you've met all of the requirements to graduate with this degree. So because I'm representing more grad student success, admissions, and then graduation, I'm not necessarily going to be able to speak to some of the course or programmatic questions that you may have. We had someone who unfortunately called out sick today, so couldn't cover. So any questions that you have, I will put the pertinent contact information in the chat and you can reach out to them with any of those questions. But any questions that you have, go ahead and put them in the chat. If I can't answer them, I'll direct you to someone. So this program is completely online. It's 10 courses, so 30 credit hours, and it is very highly rated. We are a Research One institution, so we do a lot of great work here, but this program in particular, we've been recognized by SHRM, one of the best online programs. We're incredibly military friendly. We have a lot of active duty military students, a lot of veteran students, folks who are deployed. We work closely with all of our students. We've been rated one of the best colleges for organizational development and one of the best values. So this program has received a lot of accolades from different organizations, and it's definitely highly recognized. Just a quote from one of our former students: the program forces you to look at HR from a lot of different perspectives, really gives you the tools you need to gain a seat at any executive table. And that's one of the great things about our program. It looks at HR, but also the organizational development aspect, which gives you kind of an added edge rather than just a traditional master's in HR program. It also has that added organizational development component. So we do definitely have a global reach with our program. We are an R1 research institution. Our program is everywhere. This is where you can see where all of our students are coming from. So we've got a lot of folks in Kentucky, but we've also got folks in just about every other state. And we also have a lot of students who join our courses internationally as well. Our students currently live in 37 states across the U.S. and internationally, and you have the opportunity in this program to learn from our expert faculty. So another quote from an alum, she enjoyed each class, but what she enjoyed most was the community of learners and professors. For the program to be online, the group was incredibly warm and supportive. It was great and unexpected, and that's certainly something that we focus on with all of our online programs, is to make sure that you still have the support and the community that you need, even taking all of your courses online, that you're still given that community and that support that you need to be successful in the program and to feel connected to your cohort as well as your faculty. This is Dr. Sharon Carrick, one of our faculty members, and you'll see pictures of different faculty members throughout the presentation. But certainly the program experience for our students, we offer courses in 8-week sessions rather than a traditional 16-week semester. They're offered in 8-week sessions. A lot of that has to do with flexibility for the working professional. Some people can't necessarily commit to 16 weeks of coursework straight because work comes up, personal life comes up. So this program has that added flexibility so that you can say, okay, I can handle one class this semester, but maybe next semester I can handle 2, and exactly what kind of load you're able to take and able to accommodate, considering all of your other responsibilities outside of the classroom. Definitely maximum flexibility for working adults. Courses are asynchronous, but there are also optional synchronous webinar sessions. So again, to build that community, to feel that connectedness, you can also log in to those synchronous sessions. It's definitely a high-touch program despite being online. Professors are always available. They're quick to respond. they are certainly ready to support and help you to succeed in any way they can. Class projects can often be completed within your workplace. So if you're already working in the HROD space, that you can certainly look at conducting projects within what you're already doing at work. And then often our HROD students and alums are senior leaders in a variety of industries. This is Dr. Bradshuck. He's the director of the HROD program. So the curriculum, it's 6 core classes. So it's 6 classes that you're pretty much locked into for the core of the program, and then 4 elective classes. So we've got a long list of electives that students can choose from. The electives are a great way for you to really kind of pick and choose what you want your focus to be on. You know, do you want your focus to be on recruitment? Do you want it to be on organizational development? Is there something else that you're looking to focus on, possibly an independent study? But the electives are really where you can almost kind of tailor that to what your interests and your goals are. And then you complete the 6 core classes as well. So it's total 10 classes or 30 credit hours to graduate. This is Dr. Bird Poller. She's another one of our faculty members. So our core classes, Lead 605, which is our leadership in HROD, Lead 611, which is strategic HR, Lead 617, which is evidence-based research. We strongly recommend that you begin the program with Lead 617 because you want to have your research foundation built as you're going into additional graduate coursework. Lead 661, which is our adult and organizational learning, Lead 662, which is our organizational analysis. And then your final course always is going to be your capstone course, and that's Lead 616. So it's an integrative capstone. Every student has to complete the capstone course to be eligible to graduate with the program. So you always end on that one. And here's Dr. Cumberland. Some examples of our elective courses. So ethics in the workplace, program and organization evaluation, talent acquisition and management, global HR development, that's a very popular one, performance management and rewards, diversity and inclusion, always, you know, a strong focus for anyone going into HR, methods of facilitation, organizational change and consulting, performance improvement, instructional design and development. And if there's something that you're looking for specifically that's maybe not necessarily offered in the list of electives, you can always look at doing a special topics course and doing an independent study. And that would be something that you would build with one of the instructors. So the Global HR Development course, that is our annual international experience. So in 2023, they went to Dublin, Ireland for an HR conference. I think they are trying to figure out still where they're going to go for 2025. That decision should be made pretty soon. I haven't been made aware if they have made any final decisions. But again, that's always a really popular course for our students to get an international experience in their graduate program. Oh, so admissions and tuition. So the application, we require a 2.5 minimum undergraduate GPA, and we look at your cumulative undergraduate GPA. So we factor in all of your previous institution transcripts and credit earned, and we calculate a cumulative GPA, and it needs to be a 2.5 or better. We do need 2 letters of recommendation. Those can be academic or professional. You know, some folks that have been out of school for a while may not have academic recommenders that they can lean on, so they need 2 professional. Some people who are just coming out of their undergrad may not have as many professional recommenders, so they may need 2 academic. That's fine. It just needs to speak to your work ethic and your professionalism and how you would succeed in a graduate program. We do need a resume and a goal statement. The GRE is not required for an application to this program, and the application is completely online. The current tuition rate is $830 per credit hour. For our active duty military members, we do have a $250 per credit hour tuition rate. Students enrolled in any online courses also get a $10 course fee per credit hour. And the tuition is exactly the same regardless of location. So we don't have an in-state tuition versus an out-of-state tuition for the graduate programs. Oh, sorry. We do also recommend that you check for the SHRM scholarships, so the SHRM scholarships, any of our CEHD scholarships, and then always check with your employer to see if they have any tuition assistance available, especially if it's something where you can advance within your current company. Oftentimes they are looking for ways to support you in that. You can always reach out to our financial aid office, and their email address is finaid@louisville.edu. We do have a SHRM student chapter, and we invite all of our students to join that. And here is the website for that. So if admitted to the program, you'll be invited to that as well. Great. So we're currently accepting applications for fall. Now, the fall one application deadline, because there are 2 sessions, because of those 8-week courses. The fall one application deadline was August 1st. Courses start August 19th. I can still work with you on an application for the fall one session. It would have to be a really tight turnaround, but we can do it if that's something that you're interested in. If you're interested in, yes, I can absolutely place that link in the chat. If you're interested in the fall 2 start, that deadline is September 10th. And those classes start October 10th, 2024. We do also have the application open right now for our spring 2025 start. And I believe summer 2025 may be open as well. And you can start in any semester in this program. I'm going to go back and let me see if it'll let me. I will put this link in the chat. All right. So just to introduce our team. So I, again, am the Director of Graduate Student Success. Joining me on the call is Veronica Johnson. She just joined our team, and she'll be taking over the admissions for the HRED program. Susan Hildebrand is the recruiter for our lead programs, including HR. She can answer a lot of the Yes, she can answer a lot of the programmatic questions. And then Dr. Bradshuck is the program director. Any questions you have about coursework, the electives, what is going to be the right fit for you in your career path, Dr. Shuck would be a great one to answer those questions as well. And for the fall one start, the deadline was August 1st. You technically still can apply for fall one. You would just apply for fall of 2024. We could try to get you into a fall one start if you complete your application in time to make that happen. If not, we'll just offer you some fall 2 classes. So you still have the opportunity to begin this fall. All right. And what other questions do you all have? Again, you can put it in the chat, or you can just unmute and raise your hand. I'm also going to put my email in the chat. Just if you do have any questions, again, Veronica just started with us. Her first day was yesterday. So any of those questions, I would still be helping you out with right now. And she'll be jumping in very soon. Okay, sorry, Todd, go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, Mel and team. And so my question, it's probably going to be very specific to the program, but what I would be interested in is, one of the advertising things that I was able to extract from y'all's website and through my own research was that you, not necessarily you, but the University of Louisville was advertising that you could sit for the SHRM post studies or postgraduate degree awarded, right? What I'm mostly interested in is how can an individual be able to balance the graduate level study with preparing for that exam, or any recommendations from the faculty on how you get there, or is that kind of more counselor driven? Over.
Yeah, that the faculty are probably going to be able to advise you better on that. So what happens is if you're admitted to the program, you're assigned to a faculty advisor. So you don't get an advisor who's a staff person like me. You get one of the faculty members assigned as your advisor. And the benefit to that is they've been in your shoes. They've also, they've sat for the SHRM exam. They've been working in that space, and they also are really familiar with the workload of the courses. And so they would probably be able to advise you on, okay, here are the courses. If there's a specific semester that you're looking to really study up and focus, here are the courses you would kind of want to save for that because they're a little less work intensive than, say, the capstone course. So I would work closely with your advisor on how best to juggle those two priorities for you.
Okay, thank you very much for that explanation. And then one last question,
Sure.
and this is just with your admissions hat on.
Uh-huh.
I've submitted the entirety of my application as
Okay.
well as the other subsequent transcripts that were asked
Uh-huh.
to be submitted. I submitted a federal resume
Hmm.
that is pretty extensive in terms of narrative.
Okay.
How will that likely be perceived by the faculty and the admissions team there? Over.
So we're looking at a holistic application review. So we're taking a look at the cumulative GPA. We are reviewing your resume. We're also reviewing your personal statement. So if there is, if your resume is a bit more intensive, we're probably going to be doing a larger overview of that rather than looking at really specific details. So if it's 6 pages long, I'm probably not going to be reading all 6 pages. I'm going to be skimming for specific dates, titles, that kind of thing, just to make sure it's all lining up with what is also reflected in your personal statement. So that's not going to affect you negatively in the application review.
Okay, thank you. That's all
Okay.
I have, Mel.
Okay, great. Any other questions? All righty. Well, that is going to wrap it up for us today. Now, here is the contact information for Dr. Shuck. Brad.shuck@louisville.edu is on the screen. I would definitely reach out to him with that question about prepping for the SHRM exam. And in the meantime, as you're going through the application and admissions process, any questions that you have at all, please direct those to my team and we'll be happy to help. And I look forward to welcoming you to the program, hopefully in the near future. So you all have a great day. Thanks so much for logging in.